Have you ever wondered why your life hasn't changed yet? It's not because you're unlucky. It's not because you're not talented. It's because you keep wasting your focus on everyone else instead of yourself. But what if I told you the secret to success, respect, and freedom has been in front of you this entire time? Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear could change the entire direction of your life. When you spend too much energy looking at what others are doing, you forget the most important project you will ever work on, yourself. Life is constantly pulling your attention in every direction. You see what your friends are buying. You see what strangers are posting online. You hear what people are saying about you, and slowly your focus starts to drift away from where it should be. The danger of comparison is not just that it makes you feel less, it's that it steals the drive you should be investing in your own growth. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel is a second stolen from building your own reality. You must recognize that no matter how much you admire or envy someone, they cannot fight your battles, they cannot face your challenges, and they cannot create your destiny. That weight rests solely on your shoulders. The truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up in the morning and push you to the gym. Nobody is going to stop you from scrolling endlessly through distractions. Nobody is going to hand you discipline, confidence, and strength on a silver platter. Silver platter. Those are qualities you must carve out of yourself, brick by brick, through effort, sacrifice, and self-control. People waste so much energy waiting for motivation, as if one day a lightning bolt will strike and everything will change. But the reality is, your life changes when you decide to stop wasting time on external noise and start putting that time into yourself. Most people are desperate for validation. They want likes, they want approval, they want someone else to say, "You're doing well." But the need for constant validation is a trap that keeps you weak. If your worth is tied to the opinions of others, then they own you. The moment they take their approval away, you crumble. You must learn to operate without applause, without recognition, and without constant reassurance. The most dangerous person is the one who works in silence, improving day by day, becoming stronger and sharper, while the rest of the world is distracted with appearances. When your confidence comes from the work you put into yourself, no one can take it from you. Focus is not about ignoring the world entirely. It's about deciding where your energy belongs. Think of your attention as a currency. Every time you spend it on watching others, you're investing in their success, not yours. The richest people in life are not just those with money, but those who know how to direct their focus into things that matter. Instead of gossip, they invest in growth. Instead of wasting hours on meaningless entertainment, they invest in building skills. Instead of feeding their insecurities, they invest in their discipline. That's why they keep moving forward while the average person stays stuck in the same cycle year after year. When you choose to focus on yourself, you're not being selfish, you're being strategic. The reality is, if you don't build yourself into someone capable, nobody will take you seriously. The world doesn't reward weakness, it doesn't respect laziness, and it doesn't give handouts to those who are unfocused. The world rewards strength, discipline, and value. If you want opportunities, if you want respect, if you want freedom, you must first invest in yourself enough to become the kind of person who earns those things. That means putting in the work when nobody is watching, staying consistent when it gets boring, and refusing to let your attention be stolen by things that don't matter. Every great person you admire didn't get there by chance. They weren't born with superhuman focus. They built it by cutting out distractions and channeling all of their energy into themselves. That is why they are powerful, and that is why most people are not. You must decide whether you want to keep watching others live their lives or whether you want to live your own to the fullest. That decision will define everything. The reason most people stay stuck is because they are addicted to distractions. The modern world is built to keep you entertained, to keep your eyes glued to screens, and to make sure you are constantly consuming instead of creating. Social media feeds are endless for a reason. Gossip is everywhere for a reason. Arguments about things that don't matter flood your mind for a reason. All of it is designed to occupy your time, to drain your focus, and to keep you from realizing your own potential. While you are busy watching, scrolling, and debating, your dreams are fading in the background. Time slips away quietly, and one day you wake up realizing you traded years of your life for nothing but noise. Success is not hidden. It is not some secret formula that only a chosen few discover. It has always been built on the same foundation: discipline, consistency, and focus. The problem is not that people don't know what to do. The problem is that they are too distracted to do it. Instead of putting in the hours at the gym, they scroll for hours online. Instead of reading books that sharpen the mind, they spend their nights arguing about meaningless opinions. Instead of using their mornings to build skills, they waste them hitting snooze and drowning in laziness. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Success does not reward distraction. It rewards commitment. It rewards the person who cuts out the noise and focuses relentlessly on themselves. The real work is not glamorous. It's not about flashy moments and public applause. It's about the silent hours that no one else sees. The sweat in the gym when everyone else is comfortable in bed. The late nights studying when your friends are partying. The sacrifices that look invisible to the outside world but are carving strength inside you. These quiet investments are what eventually explode into loud results. Everyone wants the glory, but very few are willing to suffer the grind. Yet the grind is the price, and those who pay it consistently become unstoppable. A mind is like a stomach. Whatever you feed it will eventually show. If you keep feeding your mind with junk, mindless content, negativity, endless entertainment, your life will reflect that junk. You will think shallow, you will act lazy, and you will remain stuck. But when you feed your mind with discipline, knowledge, and relentless action, your life transforms. You start moving differently. You start speaking with confidence. You start standing out without even trying. People will look at you and wonder how you changed. But you will know it was because you stopped consuming garbage and started consuming what builds you. Most people underestimate the cost of distraction. They think wasting a few hours a day isn't a big deal, but those hours add up to weeks, months, and eventually years. The difference between the person who succeeds and the person who stays average is often nothing more than how they use their time. One builds, the other wastes. One invests, the other consumes. One focuses, the other drifts. The world is not designed for you to be great. It is designed for you to be distracted, to be average, to be obedient. If you want to rise above, you must go against the design. You must become the person who chooses focus over distraction, discipline over comfort, progress over entertainment. The world rewards mastery, and mastery is never built by accident. It comes from deliberate practice, from hours of repetition, from staying locked in when the rest of the world is drifting. A distracted person will never master anything because their focus is scattered in 1,000 directions. But the person who chooses to channel all their energy into one vision becomes dangerous. That person becomes untouchable. They rise above the noise, they separate from the crowd, and they create a life others only dream about. That is why you must protect your focus like it is your most valuable possession, because it is. Everything you want depends on it. Without focus, talent is wasted. Without focus, opportunities are missed. Without focus, discipline dies. But with focus, discipline dies. But with focus, everything changes. You become the person who refuses to be dragged down by distractions, who chooses growth over gossip, who lives for something greater than cheap entertainment. And when you live this way, success is not a question of if. It is only a question of when. People will tell you to care about opinions, to follow what everyone else is doing, to stay within the lines that society has drawn for you. But that is exactly how average lives are created. From a young age, you are programmed to fit in, to avoid standing out, to play safe. Teachers tell you not to take risks. Parents tell you not to dream too big. Friends laugh at your ambitions. Slowly, without even realizing it, you start lowering your standards. You start living by rules designed to keep you ordinary. But if you want to rise above average, you must break that programming. You must stop asking for permission and start taking control. The reality is, nobody is going to hand you greatness. It is something you seize with both hands, through focus, through discipline, and through the refusal to live life by other people's expectations. Most people live for comfort. They work jobs they hate just so they can escape on the weekends. They spend their money not to build wealth, but to impress people they don't even like. They go through life following the herd, never questioning why they are doing what they are doing. And then, at the end of it all, they look back with regret. Regret for the chances they never took, regret for the risks they avoided, regret for the dreams they let die. You cannot afford to live like that. You cannot let your life be dictated by fear of what others think. If you continue to chase approval, you will always remain weak because your power will belong to the people you are trying to please. The strong live for their mission. They are not concerned with blending in or being liked by everyone. They are obsessed with building themselves into something unshakable. They wake up every day with purpose. They push themselves even when nobody is watching. They make choices that align with their vision, not with the opinions of the crowd. That is why they win. That is why they separate themselves from mediocrity. When you decide to focus only on your mission, the noise of the world becomes irrelevant. You stop caring about what people say because you know where you're going, and nothing can stop you from getting there. Your job is not to impress them. Your job is to build yourself into someone so valuable that the world has no choice but to respect you. Respect is not given, it is earned, and it is earned. And it is earned through strength, consistency, and results. People may doubt you in the beginning. They may laugh at your efforts. They may even try to pull you down. But the moment you show undeniable results, the moment you become someone impossible to ignore, their opinions will shift. Suddenly, the same people who mocked you will want to learn from you. The same people who dismissed you will want to be associated with you. That is the power of focusing on yourself and refusing to live for the validation of others. Discipline may feel heavy today, but regret will crush you for a lifetime. Skipping the workout may feel easier in the moment, but when years pass and you hate the body you live in, you will feel the weight of that decision. Avoiding the hard work may seem comfortable right now, but when you are broke, struggling, and stuck, you will realize the real cost of laziness. Every decision you make today is shaping the person you are becoming tomorrow. You are either building strength or building regret. The question is, which one are you choosing? The truth is simple. The only way to avoid regret is to lock in, cut out the noise, and put every ounce of focus where it belongs, on yourself. Stop letting opinions dictate your life. Stop chasing validation from people who are just as lost as you. Stop living for comfort when you were born to chase greatness. If you can learn to silence the world and hear only the voice inside you that demands more, you will become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. Everything you want. Freedom, success, power, respect comes from that one decision. To stop focusing outward and to focus inward with relentless discipline. That is the difference between an average life and an extraordinary one. Listen carefully, because this is the moment where everything comes together. You have heard it all. Focus on yourself, cut out distractions, stop living for opinions. And now it is time to make a choice. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday when you feel ready, but right now. Because life doesn't wait. Time doesn't pause for you to figure things out. Every second that passes is either building you or destroying you. And you have to ask yourself, which direction are you moving in? You want success? Then stop wishing and start working. You want respect? Then stop begging for it and start earning it. You want freedom? Then stop distracting yourself with cheap pleasures and start building the discipline that creates real power. This is not a game. This is your life. And if you keep wasting it, one day you will look back and hate yourself for not doing more when you had the chance. Picture yourself 10 years from now. One version of you is strong, successful, powerful, confident, living a life that others only dream about. That version of you exists, but only if you start putting in the work today. The other version of you is weak, broke, filled with regret, looking at your past and saying, I should have done more. I could have done more. I wasted my time. That version exists too, Lee. And the choice between those two versions is being made every single day, every single moment with the decisions you make. So I ask you, are you going to keep living like everyone else? Distracted, lazy, chasing opinions? Or are you going to rise above and live for yourself? Are you going to keep scrolling endlessly, comparing yourself to people who don't care about you? Or are you going to cut out the noise and build yourself into someone unshakable? Are you going to keep letting life slip away? Or are you finally going to say, enough is enough, this is my time, I'm taking control? Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a lie. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after everyone else has quit. When you wake up tired, when you feel lazy, When you don't want to do it, those are the moments that define you. Anyone can work hard when it's easy, but only the strong keep going when it's hard. And if you want to be great, you must become the person who does what others refuse to do. Yes, it will be lonely. Yes, people will misunderstand you. Yes, you will sacrifice things that others are not willing to sacrifice. But let me tell you something, those sacrifices are not losses, they are investments. While everyone else is wasting time, you are building a future. While everyone else is chasing pleasure, you are chasing power. While everyone else is living average, you are preparing to live extraordinary. And when the results show up, when the strength shows, when the success becomes undeniable, you will realize every second of sacrifice was worth it. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody is going to hand you greatness. You must take it. You must demand it. You must rise up every single day with the mindset that no matter what comes your way, you will not quit, you will not break, you will not surrender. That is the mentality of a winner. That is the mentality of someone who refuses to live average. And that is the mentality you must carry if you truly want to change your life. So here's the truth. Focus on yourself. Stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. Stop living for opinions. Stop chasing distractions. Lock in on your vision and refuse to let go. Because at the end of the day, it's not the world that decides your future. It's the decisions you make, the discipline you keep, the focus you maintain. The focus you maintain. That's what will determine whether you rise or whether you fall. Stand up and take control of your life. Build the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of. Push harder, stay disciplined, keep fighting, and never let the noise of the world drown out your mission. Focus on yourself, and you will be unstoppable.